The alien vampire woman drew near my campfire. I never expected the words that followed. Cal Rourke snapped his rifle up as the shadow broke from the scrub line. His thumb flicked the flare launcher. The canister hissed skyward, bursting in a white-hot dome that painted the night in stark relief. The figure froze 20 paces out, silhouetted against the glare. A woman, not human. Her skin gleamed like polished ivory under the light, tall and lean with elongated limbs and eyes that caught the flare's glow like polished obsidian. Fangs glinted as she parted thin lips. "I won't drink you," she said, voice smooth as oiled steel, "if you move." Cal kept the muzzle steady on her center mass. Her posture screamed predator, coiled, balanced, hands empty but claws retracted at her fingertips. She didn't flinch from the light. Most Night Stalkers would. He thumbed the rifle's safety off. "Terms noted," he said. "State the rest, quick." She stepped forward into the ring of light, deliberate, boots silent on the cracked earth. One hand rose, palm out, empty. The other hung at her side, fingers twitching. "I need transport," she said. "Off this dust ball, tonight. Guide me through the Veil frontier. No questions, no tracks." Her accent clipped words like a blade. Off-world highborn, maybe Arcturan nobility from the look of her fitted leathers, frayed at the hems. Cal's eyes flicked to the tree line, no backup shadows. Yet, he lowered the muzzle a fraction, barrel still hot from the flare's backwash. "Heat's on, water's boiling. Distance is that way." He nodded west, toward the black smear of the Veil canyons. "Take it or walk." She didn't smile. Her gaze pinned him, unblinking. "You scout for Nix in Break Ridge Settlement. I know your sign, the inverted chevron on your pack." Cal didn't twitch. Mara Nix traded secrets like ammo. Bavers for fixes. This one knew too much. "Stalking me wastes your night," he said. "Hunters inbound?" Her jaw tightened. She pulled a sliver from her collar. A comm tag, cracked and sparking. Warden Kin issue. Royal seal etched on the casing. "Trackers fried," she said, "but they have drones. Contracts. Nets. I crossed the Veil. Where they collar me by dawn." Cal eyed the tag, pulse signature faint, but live. She'd smashed it sloppy. He slung the rifle, kept his hand near the grip. "Sit. Boyle's got synth tea. Blood analog if that's your vice." Her eyes narrowed. "You carry that?" "Frontier kit, trader stock it. Drink or starve, same as me." She hesitated, then dropped cross-legged by the fire 6 feet off. Controlled grace. No tremble in her limbs. Cal poured steaming water into a mug, stirred in a red vial from his belt pouch. The scent hit metallic, like copper pennies. He slid it across the dirt. "Sarenval," she said, taking the mug. No offer to shake. "You?" "Cal Rourke, finish it. We talk vectors." She sipped, eyes closed a beat, then drained half in 3 pulls. Strength flooded back, shoulders squared, color touched her cheeks, blood dependent, noble strain, gene modded for longevity. Warden Kin wanted her alive for a reason. Cal broke camp one-handed. Pack tight, bedroll lashed, fire stomped to embers. She watched every move. Efficient. No waste. "Your flare bought time," she said. "Drones hate the spectrum." Standard counter. He shouldered the pack. Bales 10 clicks. Lethal drop-offs, gas vents, swarm pits. "You run noble games or scout trails?" Her lips quirked. "Both. Escaped custody. They breed us for hunts now. Us. Her kind. Vampiric clades from the core worlds. Disciplined killers, loyal to blood oaths. This one broke one." Cal checked his wrist comp. Blip incoming. East horizon. "Drone signature. Company," he said. "Move or fight." Sarin rose fluid, mug crushed in her fist. Lead. They ghosted west. Cal's boots finding the soft sand drifts. She matched stride, silent as mist. No complaints. The flare's afterglow faded behind. Cal scanned the ridgeline. Veil frontier loomed. A jagged maw of obsidian spires. Wind howling through fissures. Gas pockets bubbled yellow below. One wrong step. Lungs melt. "Why help?" Sarin asked, voice low. "Nix pays for tags like mine." "Debt," Cal said. "She fixed my shuttle last run. You vanish clean, I collect favor. Truth layered. Mara asked no clean questions. She crouched, ears twitching. Drones pivot, she said. 3. Thermal lock. Cal dropped prone, peered through scope. Dots circled their campfire ash. Locking pings echoed faint. Warden Ken, she murmured. They want breeders intact. Her breath hitched. Hunger echo or memory? Cal popped a decoy beacon from his pack, tossed it south into a vent. It sparked, mimicked, heatsig. Drones banked, pursued the ghost. Seren stared. Human fieldcraft. She said, we train years for that slight. Practice, Cal said. Rise. We cut the Fisher line. They ran. Her speed matched his. Long strides, no fatigue. Gas vents hissed warning plumes. Cal vaulted a crack, tossed a line back. She gripped, swung across light as wire. No thanks. Just a nod. Trust sparked there. Eyes met. Held. Deeper in the veil, spires clawed skyward. Cal signaled halt at an overhang cave. Black mouth, dry floor. Shelter till moonset, he said. Drones blind then. Saren slipped inside. Cal rigged a dazzler web at the entrance. Motion trip. Flash burst. She watched, mimicked the knot on her own cord. Taught my clutchmates that once, she said, before they turned hunter. Vulnerable slip. Cal built a cold fire. Chem tabs. No smoke. Passed her the last blood vial. She took it. Fingers brushed his. Warm now, not ice. You don't fear me, she said. Seen worse. He stirred the taps. Scorpion swarms. Void eels. You ask terms first. Disciplined. Her laugh ghosted. Nobles don't beg. We state. Drone wine peeked outside. Cal yanked her down. Flash erupted. Dazzler cooked the lead drone's optics. Wreckage smoked. Saren's hand clamped his shoulder. Nails pricked, not broke skin. 2 left, she whispered. I hear rotors. Cal synced his comp to her tag remnant, overloaded the pulse. Second drone spiraled, crashed into a vent. Boom rattled the cave. Silence fell. Seren released him. Stood. You fight like kin, she said. No hesitation. Teamwork, Cal said. Your ears, my kit. Moon crested. Veil paths lit faint. Narrow ledges, wind shear. They emerged. Seren led now, picking a shadow route only her eyes caught. Cal followed, rifle ready. Half click in, she stumbled. Knee buckled. Hunger. Crash. He caught her elbow. Steady. Analog low, she said. Push through. No. Cal rummaged pack. Nick's stash. Emergency synth. Double dose. She drank from his hand. Eyes locked on his. Pulse thrummed at her throat. Thanks, she breathed. Cal. First name. Trust notched up. Wind screamed past. Below, Warden Kin ground team flickered lights. Hunters repelling spires. Closing. Shortcut, Seren said. Gas bridge. Risky. Cal nodded. They dropped to the span, a crust of cooled lava over bubbling vents. One crack, both gone. She tested first. Light. Solid. Cal crossed next, balanced her sway on the far side. Hand in hand now, no pull away. Bridge groaned. They sprinted. Crust shattered behind. Safe ledge. Saren leaned on him a beat. Breath synced. You choose cooperation, she said. Not fear, survivors do. He scanned ahead. Breakridge by dawn. Nyx hides you. Horizon glowed, not dawn. Explosion. Settlement fires? Warden Kin hit early. Saren stiffened. They're burning it. For me. Cal gripped her arm. Not anymore. We end this. Her fangs grazed Cal, stomped the last ember under his boot. Sparks died in a hiss of ash. Rotor blades chopped the night air, distant but closing fast. Saren's fangs grazed his thumb as she pulled back from the synth vial. Her eyes gleamed silver in the dying glow. They know we're here. Pack up. Cal slung his kit in 18 seconds flat. Roll mat, strap rifle, cinch harness. He scattered ash over the site, then sluiced water from his canteen across the char. Tracks gone. Site sterile. She nodded once, sharp. Folded her cloak, shouldered her satchel. No complaints. No questions. They ghosted downslope. Veil wind howled through the spires, masking bootfalls. Cal scanned thermals on his scope. Nothing yet. Horizon still flickered from Breakridge's blaze. Warden Kin torched it to flush her. Ruthless. Seren froze mid-stride. Her head tilted, ears twitching under the hood. Drones. North Ridge. 2 clicks. Vectoring our cold camp. Cal trusted her ears. Noble-bred senses cut through wind like a blade.
How many?
Cell pattern. 4 hunters. Drone wing. She pointed west. Salt ravine. Detour now or they box us. He waited. Ravine meant corrosive crust. Ankle breakers, but direct path funneled them into kill zone. Lead. She dropped into shadow first. Cal matched her pace, rifle low. Ravine mouth yawned. A jagged scar of white crystals, air thick with brine sting. Boots crunched salt underfoot. Visibility dropped to arm's length. Her silhouette blurred ahead. Halfway in, crust gave under Cal's step. He lunged, grabbed ledge, leg dangled over fizzing brine pit. Acid vapors burned his nostrils. Seren whipped back. Locked grip on his forearm, pulled. Muscles corded like steel cable. He scrambled up beside her, breath synced. Human grip holds, she murmured. Fangs flashed in a half smile. My turn to steady. Teamwork. He clapped her shoulder. No time for more. Rotors thrummed louder, echoing off walls. They pushed. Salt-flayed skin, wind-whipped crystals into eyes. Seren flagged. Synth dose fading. She gripped his pack strap for balance. He slowed fractionally, matched her. Ravine spat them onto flats. Open ground now. Exposed. Cal dropped to knee, unslung gear. Decoy time. She crouched beside him, scanning skies. Drones inbound. 30 seconds. Scraped dry scrub into 3 lines. 50 meters out, staggered. Doused with spare fuel from his flask. Wired micro-detonators from Nix's kit. Simple timer circuit, primed. Back. He hauled her to cover behind a boulder cluster. Thumbed remote. Fire lines whooshed alive. Flames leaped 20 meters high. Smoke pillars blooming black against stars. Rotor wind shifted. Drones banked hard. Heat seekers locking false positives. Seren's breath caught. Misdirect. Perfect fieldcraft. Standard scout trick. Cal shouldered rifle. Nix owes me for the flask. Move. They bolted south. Firelight painted her profile. High cheeks, pulse visible under translucent skin. Trust notched deeper. She chose his lead now. Flats ended at Shattercliff. Fractured rockfall. Sheer drops. Drones buzzed overhead. Locked on decoys. But ground team would pivot soon. Seren locked onto new noise. Rotor shift. Hunters dropping fast. Cal glassed it. 4 Warden Kin silhouettes repelling from dropships. Contracts gleaming on chest plates. Bounty hunters. Trank rifles primed. Her prize. Rock shelf. There. She grabbed his wrist. Nails bit skin but firm. Pulled him flat under overhang. Jagged stone bit his back. Her body pressed close. Warmth against chill wind. Heartbeat thrummed through her ribs into his chest. Drones swept low. Blue scan beams stabbed rock inches from their hide. Cal held breath. Scope. Passive. Finger off trigger. No twitch. She went statue still. Fangs retracted fully. Breath silent. Noble discipline. Predator poise. Beams passed. Rotors faded east, chasing fire ghosts. Cal exhaled slow. Clear. She didn't move first. Eyes met his in gloom. Silver irises dilated. You build traps like breathing. Humans improvise wonders. Frontier teaches. He shifted, aware of her thigh against his. Proximity forced it. No pull away. Your ears saved us twice. Balance. Wind gusted brine scent. Her hand lingered on his wrist. Pulse synced again. Blood debt eases. Cooperation binds. He nodded, stood, offered hand up. She took it. Grip lingered a beat. Breakridge smoke clawed horizon. Mara Nix's settlement. Gone. No safe house now. Plan B. Ghost vein to low holds. Nix has relays. We'll link. Seren Rose fluid. Warden Kin burns allies. They'll hit low holds next. Cal checked mags. Full. Drones buy time. We cut east flank. Pick off scouts. Her fangs peaked. Approval. Hunt together? Survivors do. They ghosted cliff base. Shatterfall slowed them. Loose scree. Hidden fissures. Cal probed with staff-tested holds. Saren balanced on toe points. Claws extended subtle from fingertips. Alien edge. Grip, like mag boots. Half-click in, she stumbled. Knee buckled again. Synth crash hitting hard. Cal caught her waist, lowered her to rock. Doze up.
She shook head.
Save it. Push. No. He pressed fresh vial to her lips. Double ration. Throat worked. Eyes locked on his. Heat built in that gaze. Fangs nicked vial edge. Pulled back. Call. Voice husky. You guard my need. No fear. Practical. But his thumb brushed her jaw. Lingered. Skin silk over steel. She leaned in, forehead to his. Breath shared. Noble code, debt repaid in kind. Distant rotor stuttered. New vector. They're looping. Call pulled her up. Hand stayed in hers. Vein narrows. Squeeze through. Ghost vein, fissure tunnel, crystal-veined rock. Tight for human bulk. Serene slipped in first. Shoulders rotating precise. Cal followed. Pack scraping. Darkness total. Her glow, skin luminescence faint, lit the way. Emergence. Ledge overlook. Warden kin camp below. 2 hunters roasting synth packs over portable. Drones recharging. Third scanned perimeters. Flank 'em, Saren whispered. Claws retracted. I draw. You strike. Together. Dronk their darts first. She nodded. Trust sealed. He prepped suppressed rounds. Nick's specials. Paralytic load. She vanished into shadows, silent as veil wind. Hunter 1 twitched, looked up. Too late. Cal's shot whispered. Dropped limp. Hunter 2 spun. Saren lunged from blind. Claw rake to neck. Non-lethal. Precise. Down. Drones whirred awake. Cal sprayed EMP pulse from wrist rig. Sparks. Dead. Third hunter repelled in hot. Rifle barked tranks. Cal rolled. Grazed arm. Stung like fire. Saren vaulted ledge. Tackled him midair. They crashed and tangle. She pinned fangs to throat. Yield. He froze. Vol blood prize. Prime contract. Estale. She tracked him from his own belt. Limp. Cal joined her. Bound the trio. Ransacked gear. Fresh analogs. Drone jammers. Comms relay. Nick's codes inside. You fight like Pack Alpha. She wiped blood speck from lip. Not his, but pair works. He bandaged his graze. Her fingers helped. Gentle. She pressed close. Low holds by dawn. Then, end the cell. His hand covered hers. Together. Fangs grazed his ear. Nibble. Promise. Heat flared. Rotor horizon lit anew. Lead ship inbound. Go. Cal triggered their camp beacon. Final decoy. Flames whooshed. They dropped into vein depths. Hand in hand, hunters chased ghosts. But one drone fragment clung to cliff. Beeped relay. Backup called. Warden kin prime closing. Saren's legs buckled mid-stride. She hit the vein floor grit knees first. Cal lunged. Caught her shoulders before her chin cracked stone. The tunnel vein pulsed faint biolimb. Blue veins threading walls like living wires. Air hung thick, laced with sulfur bite. Restrain me, she rasped. Fangs glinted, eyes wild, pupils blown. Now, before I lose it. Cal didn't hesitate. He yanked the climbing strap from his pack, looped it tight around her forearms, cinched the ratchet. She tested it. Muscles corded but held. He pinned her back to the wall, her breath ragged against his neck. Don't let me get weak, Cal. Her voice dropped to venom whisper. I'll rip your throat first. Drink till your heart quits. Then beg forgiveness from your corpse. He met her gaze. Steady. Noted. Hold still. Cal slapped a field injector to her IV port. Glucose saline mix. Scavenged from hunter kits. Plunger hissed. Pushed the load home. Saren snarled. Jerked against straps. Wrong. Useless sludge. She spat the word. Need blood sub. Real analogs. You looted them. Where? Used the last vial back at the ledge. Cal checked her vitals on his wrist scanner. Pulse spiking. Hunter's stash bought us 3 hours. This'll bridge. She thrashed. Strap creaked. Bridge to frenzy. Cut me loose. Hunt fresh. No, he pressed his boot to her shin. Firm anchor. We pushed to low holds. Together. Her fangs snapped inches from his jaw. Fool human. My kind shreds solos. You'll bleed for this. Cal drew his vibroknife, flicked it open. No flinch from her. He sliced his palm. Clean quarter-inch, blood welled hot. He grabbed a sterile filter patch from his medkit, pressed it firm to the wound. Crimson bloomed through mesh. Here. He held it to her lips. Filtered. No bite. Take it. Saren froze, stared. Pupils shrank to slits. She leaned in. Tongue flicked the patch. Drew slow. Heat flushed her skin under his grip. Color returned to her cheeks. Pale violet to deep dusk. Human blood. She murmured around the filter. Thick, iron hot. Why? Works. Kala kept pressure steady. Sting burned his hand. Ignored it. Keeps you walking, me breathing. She suckled deeper. Eyes locked his. Straps slackened as strength flooded back. Fangs retracted half. A low hum vibrated her throat. Content, almost purr. Cal's scanner beeped. Tunnel fork ahead. Left vein hummed. Water rumble. Right flickered shadows. Drone whine echoed faint from behind. Wardenkin. She pulled off the patch. Licked residue. Prime cell inbound. That fragment relayed. He rebound his palm. Quick field glue sealed it. Jammers up. We veer left. Water masks sent. Saren nodded. Flexed arms. He cut the strap. She rose smooth. No wobble. Touched his bandaged hand. Fingers lingered. You, feed without yield. My house's chain donors. You volunteer. Practical. Cal shouldered pack. Move. They jogged the left vein. Floor slicked with vein sap. Grippy underboots. Walls throbbed warmer. Steam vents hissed. Cal dodged a geyser burst. Singed his sleeve. Serene vaulted it effortless. Claws dug holds midair. Human endurance. She glanced back. Grinned faint. You run marathons on less. Scout training. He matched her pace. Wrist jammer pulsed green. No signals. Your senses lead. Mine plot. Vein narrowed. Cal front now. His scanner probed. Pit yawned ahead. Bottomless black. Spore clouds swirled base. Lethal haze. Dissolved lungs in minutes. Jump? Saren pressed close. Heat radiated off her. Cal uncoiled grapple line. Fired anchor to far ledge. Zip tested tension. Together, you first. She gripped his waist, leapt. Line sang taut. They swung arc. Spores whispered below. Landed solid. She released slow. Nails grazed his hip. Trust your rope. Her breath ghosted his ear. Like I trust your vein. Call retracted line. Heart kicked harder than the run. Mutual. Drone screech pierced jammer static. Closer. Vein mouth behind lit red trank lights. Prime's vanguard. Sarin shoved him forward. Faster. They sprinted. Vein widened to cavern. Low holds shimmered distant. Neon habdomes under crystal ceiling. Frontier edge. Mara Nix's turf. Halfway, ground quaked and fissure cracked. Acid steam belched. Cal grabbed Saren's arm. Yanked her clear. She spun. Claws out. Instinct. Pulled back. Sorry. She shook head. Hunger echo filter held. He scanned fissure. Bridget. No time for lines. Cal charged. Leapt gap. Stuck landing. Rolled momentum. Turned. Extended hand. Saren eyed the drop. Acid pop hissed below. Your blood bonds us. Now this. She jumped. Cal caught her wrist. Pulled hard. Muscles burned. They tumbled safe side. She landed atop him. Face inches. Fangs grazed his collar. Nuzzle. Not threat. Strong grip. She rose. Offered hand back. He took it. Pulled up. Cavern echoed rotor thump. Wardenkin dropships breached ceiling vents. Trank volleys pinged crystal. Cal triggered drone jammer burst. Sparks showered. Saren snatched his rifle. Aimed sky. Suppressed rounds whispered. Two pilots slumped cockpits. Ships spiraled wild. Nick specials. Cal grinned. Paralytic poetry. She slung rifle back. Your calm feeds me more than blood. Lowhold's gates loomed. Nix's broker beacon flashed. Coded welcome. They slipped through outer vents. Settlement buzzed. Traders hawked glow crystals. Fixers peddled black market air. Cal led to Nix's den, back alley hatch. Mara Nix lounged in Hayes' den. Scales gleamed under lumen strips, eyed them cool. Rourke, Vol, Hunter's ghost your trail? Prime cell. Cal dropped Hunter comms relay on table. Codes inside. Favors owed. Nix tapped it. Data scrolled her lens implant. Warden Kin bids high. Live capture. She slid a vial rack. Blood analogs, premium. Trade. End their relay node. Vein top. Dawn raid. Seren snatched a vial. Injected port. Psi escaped. Done. Cal nodded. Pair works. Nix smirked. Romantic. Don't die. They crashed in Nix's bolt hole. Bunk narrow. Forced close. Cal stripped gear. Checked wounds. Sirene watched. Prowled edge. Feed. Again. He offered palm. Fresh cut. She knelt. Took filter patch gentle. Drew slow. Eyes half-lidded. You humble my houses. No chains. No fear. Cooperation. His free hand brushed her hair. Silk over horn spikes. Trust builds fast. She finished. Pressed lips to his palm. Kiss, not fang. Heat pooled low. Dawn raid. Then, end them. Cal pulled her close. Shared bunk warmth. Together. Her head tucked his shoulder. Claw tips traced his chest. Light, possessive. Human heart. Steady drum. Extraordinary. Vein top relay node pulsed signal. Warden Kin Prime locked inbound. Rotor wash rattled vents. Cal's scanner pinged. Hostiles massing. Dawn broke bloody. Saran stirred. Fangs. Bared. They come. We hunt. He armed up. Hand found hers. Squeezed. Lead with senses. I'll plot the kill. She smiled. Fierce. Fond. Rotor thunder swelled. Prime cell dropped. Tranks whined. Cal rolled out hatch first. Rifle barked. First hunter dropped. Serene vaulted beside. Claws flashed. Second pinned. Yield. They fought seamless. Human grit met alien fury. Node sparked under EMP. Relay died. Last hunter lunged. Prime enforcer, armored. Cal took graze to thigh. Stumbled. Seren tackled. Fangs to throat. Held. Call off cell. Call covered her. Rifle steady. Enforcer rasped code. Ships peeled off. Seren released. Non-lethal. Bound him. Cal bandaged thigh. Cal gripped Seren's arm and hauled her toward the tree line. Blood slicked his thigh, but he ignored the burn. Rotor blades chopped the air behind them. Warden Kin reinforcements inbound. She matched his stride. Claws retracted. Noble poise unbroken despite the gore on her chin. Outpost. 2 clicks north. He scanned the ridge. Mara Nix owes me. Her fangs clicked shut. Hunters track blood. Yours calls them. He tore a strip from his shirt. Cinched it over the bandage. Then we run quiet. They crested the ridge as dawn flares lit the sky. The outpost squatted below, a cluster of prefab domes ringed by razor wire and fuel tanks. Shuttles hummed at the pads. Cal steered them downslope, pulse rifle slung low. Seren's nostrils flared. Guard at gate. Armed. Scans for Vitae signatures. Stay behind me. Cal raised his hands. Rifle barrel up. Mara. The gate guard swung his scanner. A burly off-worlder with a stun baton. Halt. Eyed or dust. Cal stopped 10 paces out. Tell Nix it's Rourke. Got trade. Guard's eyes narrowed on Seren. What's with the fang face? Bounty on her kind. Seren stepped forward. Silk cloak torn but regal. Her violet eyes fixed on the guard's panel. He punched in his code. Fingers danced. 3 left. 7 up. Rotate twist. She's with me, Cal said. Open up. Guard sneered. Nix don't trade with runners. He keyed the gate anyway. Hiss of hydraulics. Seren's voice cut silk smooth. Code accepted. She tapped the panel exact. 3 left. 7 up. Rotate twist. Gate groaned wide. Guard blinked. How? Cal shoved past. Rifle ready. Frontier math. Move. They marched into the outpost core. Domes hummed with generators. Traders hawked parts from stalls. Mara Nix lounged at her broker booth. Sharp-eyed woman with cybernetic tattoos glowing on her neck. She clocked Cal instant. Rourke thought the void ate you. Her gaze slid to Saren. Brought a pet? Need med kit. Disguise cloak. Cal unslung his rifle, slapped it on the counter. Pulse model. Full charge. Yours. Mara hefted it. Tested the sights. Prime Warden Kin issue. Hot. What's the play? Cal leaned in. Hunters inbound. Want her alive. Sell 'em a lie. We lifted off at 0800 vector south. She grinned. Teeth filed to points. Favors stack. Kit and cloak for the rod. She slid a sealed medpack and shimmering nano-cloak across. Cloak masks vitae and heat. 2 hours max. Serene donned it instant. Fabric rippled, blending her into shadows. Efficient. Cal popped the medkit. Sprayed sealant on his thigh. Pain dulled. False departure logged? Mara keyed her console. Shuttle manifest tampered. They bite. She pocketed the rifle. Ends that way. Oh, stink cover. Cal nodded. Goal. Resupply and vanish. Conflict. Spotters already here. He grabbed Seren's cloaked elbow. Fuel tanks. Eyes sharp. They wove through the bazaar. Livestock pens reeked ahead. Chittering herds lowing under nets. Cal's scanner pinged soft. 2 blips at the tanks. Warden Kin spotters. Drones hummed above them. Lenses glinting. Spotted, he muttered. Reroute. Pens now. Seren's cloaked form nodded. They ducked into the pens. Mud sucked at boots. Preachers bleated, stamping. Perfect baffle. One spotter turned. Hooded figure with a tranq pistol. Scanner swept their path. Cal yanked Saren behind a pen wall. Down. She crouched fluid, claws out. 2 hunters. Drones synced to theirs. He peered through slats. Spotter 1 keyed comms. Perimeter clear. No vitae hits. Spotter 2. Manifest says 0800 south. Prime inbound. Call's jaw tightened. Mara's lie hooked them. He signaled Seren. Flank left. She ghosted right instead. Senses guiding. Cloak flickered as she vaulted a fence. Claws, silent, on mud. She tapped Spotter 1's neck. Pressure point. He slumped without a sound. Cal burst from cover. Rifle butt cracked Spotter 2's temple. Clean drop. Drones whirred confused, then powered down. Nano-cloak jammed their signals. Saren dragged her kill into straw. Non-lethal. Like you taught. He bound them quick. Gagged with herd tags. Cold locker next. Mara. Buys time. They stripped spotter gear. Tranq darts. False IDs. Cal pocketed a drone jammer. Seren wiped mud from her face. Eyes fierce on him. You're calm. Amid chaos. Extraordinary teamwork. He squeezed her hand. Cool, steady, trust sealed in blood and mud. Alarms whooped distant. Warden Kin prime cell landing. Move. Cal led to the food dome. Rear hatch. Cold locker. He punched Mara's override code. Old favor. Door hissed. Frost billowed. They piled in. Slabs of vat meat hung frozen. Cal yanked the door shut. Lock clicked. Dark. Breath fogged. Saren pressed close. Cloak shedding nanodust. Her body heat cut the chill. Faint. Vital. Close, she whispered. Fangs grazed his ear accidental. Your pulse races. Not fear. Adrenaline. He braced against crates. Scanner out. Blips massed outside. Mara's stalling. Through the frost-rimed port, shadows moved. Mara faced 3 hunters. Armored, tranq rifles up. Manifest clear. Mara lied smooth. Rourke's bird dust off 0800 south. Saw it myself. Hunter lead growled. Vitae trace here. Fangbred noble. Mara shrugged. Pens full of bleeders. Check 'em. My word's good. They fanned out. Drones buzzed. Locker temp dropped. Limbs numbed. Saren shivered first. Cold starves. Need analog. Cal cursed soft. Medkit had synth blood vials. Mara's add-on. He fished one out, cracked the seal. Here. She took it hesitant. Sipped, eyes half-lidded. You anticipate? Fieldcraft. His hand found her waist, steadying. Proximity forced it. Bodies flush in the tight space. Her claw traced his bandage. Wound weeps. Let me. No time. But he didn't pull away. Her touch soothed. Cool silk over heat. Hunter's boots thudded past, voices barked. Negative on pens, vitae ghosts. Check lockers. Cal tensed, Siren's fangs bared silent. She pressed him deeper into shadows, body shield. Door rattled, lock held. Mara's override strong. Hunter. Broker. Open cold storage. Mara outside. Quarantine seal. Frontier regs. Spoils the meat. Grumbles. Boots retreated. Rotor wash swelled. Prime shuttle. Serene exhaled. She sells the lie. Cal's scanner cleared. Dust off window. 5 mics. Warmth built between them. Her head tucked to shoulder. Claw tips possessive on his chest. Human endurance. Cold claims me faster. You anchor. Cooperation. His free hand brushed her hair spikes. Heat pooled low, shared breath fogging tight. She tilted up. Lips met his. Not fang, but kiss. Slow. Trusting. Frontier's currency. Touch over terror. Alarms cut. Mara banged the door. Clear, out back. They burst free. Frost clung. Cal cloaked up, jammed drones in pocket. Saren moved seamless, noble stride, unbroken. Mara tossed keys. Dust cycle fueled. North trail, lethal frontier. Hunters chase south. Cal mounted. Serene slid tandem, arms locked his waist. Debt paid, stacked higher. Mara winked. Keep her breathing. Engine roared. They punched north. Razor dunes and storm vents ahead. Scanner pinged rear. Warden kin vectoring wrong. Siren's breath hot on his neck. They hunt blind. We bond true. Dust swallowed them. Lethal frontier loomed. But trust, solid as Cal's grip on the bars. Prime Enforcer stirred in bonds back at crash site. Comms crackled live. False trail, real vector. Nick's outpost north. Hunters turned. Gap closed fast. Cal yanked the dust cycle hard right, kicking up razor-sharp sand that scored his visor. Saren's arms tightened around his waist, her claws pricking through his jacket. Scanner pinged. Hunter's drones closing 2 clicks south. Thermal blooms vectoring dead on. Pod cache ahead, he barked over comms. Abandon cycle, now. She nodded against his back. He gunned the throttle, fishtailing into a storm vent's shadow. The cycle skidded to a halt beside a half-buried maintenance hatch. Frontier relic, single-person crawler pod inside. Perfect for solo evac, hell for 2. Alarms wailed faint from Mara's outpost, miles back. Warden kin rerouted fast. No time. Cal popped the hatch. Frost-crusted rungs led down. He dropped first, boots thudding on grated deck. Pod interior. Coffin narrow. Control yoke forward. Life support humming low. Barely room for him prone. Squeeze in, he said, twisting sideways. Saren descended smooth, noble grace defying the tight drop. Her lithe frame, spiked hair, pale skin, fangs glinting, brushed his chest as she wedged beside him. Too close. Her hip pressed his thigh, elbow jammed his ribs. He sealed the hatch with a hydraulic hiss. Red lights flashed, outpost alarms tripping. Drones inbound. Thermal lock, she whispered, eyes on his scanner feed. They paint us hot. Call strapped in, yoke under his palms. Pod diagnostics flickered green, purge prepped. But first, silent coord. Your hunter's tracks sound too? She nodded, claws tapping his forearm deliberate. 1 press, pause, 2 quick, touch signals. My kin's way, silent under siege. Her fingers danced light on his wrist. Cool skin. Precise pressure. First pattern. 3 taps, circle rub. Danger ahead.
He mirrored it, fumbling at first.
Her nod approved. Next. 2 sharp hold. Stop, got it. He practiced. Palm to her scaled forearm, smooth, like leather over steel. Last. Slow stroke up, thumb circle, safe. Her eyes held his. Gold-flecked black, trust signal. We use. Scanner screamed. Drones 1 click, circling the vent. Pod heat signature spiking from their bodies. Cal punched manual purge. Vents roared open, dumping supercooled gas. Temperature plunged. Frost rimmed the canopy in seconds. Thermal lock shattered. Drones veered blind, pinging cold sand. Nice, Saren murmured. But her teeth chattered, blood-dependent. Frontier cold hit her harder, analog scarce, pod interior hit near freeze. Life support rationed for Solo. Cal's breath fogged. His field jacket held core heat but edges numbed. She curled instinctive, body molding to his front, chest to chest, legs tangled, no space for distance. Her head tucked his neck, spikes tickling jaw, claw tips possessive on his back. Warmth over fear, she signed against his ribs, trust stroke. He draped an arm over her, pulling closer. Human endurance kicked in, metabolism churning heat like a furnace. Anchor holds. Her breath warmed his collarbone, steadying. Minutes stretched. Scanner quieted, drones milled south, false trail holding. But pod comms crackled, warden kin voice synthesized cold. Thermal ghost confirmed. Pod cache sweep, Nix vector compromised. Gap closed, they needed out. North trail through lethal frontier. Storm vents, acid dunes, burrow beasts. Cross it alive, or captured. Saren shifted, lips brushing his ear. Blood analog low. Cold accelerates drain. Need. Soon. Cal's gut tightened. Her needs collided. His scout kit had synth blood tabs, traded from brokers like Mara, but rationed tight. Share now, risk his edge later. Kits forward, he said, twisting one-handed. Her body heat mingled his. Intimate press, heartbeats sinking. He palmed a tab, foil crinkling. Suck or chew. She took it, fangs piercing packet. Sipped, slow, eyes locking his. You give. I repay. Warmth bloomed between them. Purge frost melting slow. Her hand signed danger, faint drone whine overhead. Cal killed podlights going dark. Canopy opaqued, drone passed. Thermal blind. Co-op wins. He murmured. Her claws traced his chest. Trust circle. Hours ground. Pod sensors mapped north. Then maze first, then razor dunes. Exit hatch viable, at dawn cycle. Saren uncurled slight testing space. None. She stayed put, thigh over his. Human normal. This heat, my kin shivers Solo. He chuckled low, drifter trick. Layer up, burn calories. Her fingers explored his jaw, curious. Competent, not boast. Scanner pinged new, hunter ground team. 5 warm bodies, half-click east. Contracts inbound, tranq rifles primed. They wanted her alive. Him collateral. Move, she signed urgent. Cal checked seals. Purge, cooldown, 5 mics. Then punch north. She nodded, body relaxing into his. Shared breath fogged canopy. Her lips grazed his neck, not bite, but nuzzle. Trust built in the crush, cold clawed back. Cal amped his grip, willing heat through contact. Human stubbornness, frontier broke lesser men, not him. 2 mics. Her fangs ached visible. Analog half spent. More? She whispered. He passed another tab. Last one. Her eyes widened. Det noted. She fed slow, then pressed palm flat his heart. Endurance extraordinary. We crossed together. Purge ready. Cal triggered low vent, masking exhaust. Pod lurched forward on treads, grinding sand. Dunes rose sheer, acid-laced, eating metal slow. Vent winds howled outside, scouring. Hunter ping sharpened. Ground team locked audio. Treads too loud. Squeeze tighter. Cal grunted, banking hard into vent shadow. She complied, full curl now. Legs locked his, chest flush. Heat pooled low, distraction sharp. Touch signal flurry. Her claws on his back. Danger, stop safe. Rhythm calmed him. Pod bucked over burrow pit. Beast below thrashed. Tentacles whipping. Cal yanked yoke. Tread spinning free. Saren braced, free hand signing ahead. Vent collapse imminent. He spotted it. Sand shifting. Maw opening. Punched thrust max. Pod vaulted edge, slamming dune slope. Acid fizzed, canopy faint. They slid. Controls fighting. Hunter comms barked. Visual. Pod north ridge. Tranq darts thunked hull. Pod armor held. One cracked canopy seal. Frost seeping. Siren shivered violent. Cold breaches. Cal sealed patch quick. Field tape from kit. Then her. He rubbed arms brisk. Friction heat. Fight it. She latched claws his shoulders, pulling flush. Lips met his jaw, kiss firm, trusting, cooperation. Heat surged mutual. Pod stabilized, cresting dune, north trail opened, endless vents, but clear shot to neutral zone. Rear ping, hunters crested, drones reforming thermal net. Cal dumped final purge, ice storm behind, blinding pursuit. Temperature tanked hard. Pod interior sub-zero. Saren gasped, fangs chattering, no analogs left. She burrowed closer, body spooning his back now. Sacrifice reversed, her chill seeped but she held. Human warmth first, she signed weak on his neck. He reversed curl, facing her full. Arms crushed tight, legs entwined. Coffin confines forced it. Warmth over distance. Her spikes framed his face, gold eyes fierce. Trust solid, he said. Drones scattered in purge cloud. Ground team stalled, acid eating their lead vehicle. Pod punched vents, treads chewing lethal frontier. Hours blurred, shared body heat only barrier to freeze. Sarin's breath evened on his chest, claws possessive. Dawn cycle broke. Neutral beacon pinged, safe drop, 2 vents out. But scanner lied. Final ping. Wardenkin prime enforcer, unbound from crash site. Vectoring direct, gap minutes. Saren stirred, lips brushing his. They close, but we, bonded. Cal gripped yoke harder. One hand signed back. Safe, trust over terror. Frontier yielded to that. Cal slammed the pod's hatch and leaped into the gulch, boots crunching razor shale. Drones whirred overhead, their thermal nets tightening like a noose. He dashed to the choke point, a sheer-walled funnel 50 meters ahead, pack slung low for speed. Saren vaulted out behind him, claws scraping rock as she matched his pace. Her gold eyes flicked to the sky. Nest above. She signed quick, fangs flashing in warning. Cal nodded once. He dropped to a knee at the first charge point, slamming a shock puck into the wall crevice. Wiring sparked live. Lure him in, he said. You take high ground. She blurred past, scaling the cliff face with piston leaps. Claws dug holds where no human could. Cal planted the second puck, then the third, linking them in a daisy chain. Rear scanners pinged. Wardenkin ground team crested the dune. 4 hunters in exosuits, lead vehicle grinding treads. He fired a flare burst skyward. Bait. Drones dove, locking his heat signature. Cal bolted back, feinting into the open before ducking into the gulch mouth. Boots pounded. Hunters shouted over comms. Target acquired. One barked. Boots thundered closer. Cal hit the trigger rune. Shock chain detonated. Blue arcs leaped wall to wall, frying drone relays in midair. Sparks rained. The lead hunter's vehicle seized, treads locking as EMP fried its core. Saren struck from above. She sprinted horizontal across the cliff, spikes extended for grip. A drone nest uncloaked 20 meters up. 6/5 buzzing blades. She hurled a monoblade, edge singing through air. It severed the primary emitter. Nest shuddered. Her boot smashed down next, heel crushing the power core. Shrapnel sprayed. Nest plummeted, exploding against the gulch floor in a fireball. Drones scattered. Blind. Hunters poured in, suits gleaming under dust. 4 exos. Trank rifles raised. Cal rolled behind a boulder, pulse rifle barking suppression fire. Bolts chipped rock. Saren, flank. She dropped like a shadow, landing amid them. Claws raked a suit's joint. Sparks flew, servos whining. But the hunters adapted fast, forming a wedge. Lead enforcer pivoted, launcher zeroing her chest. Cal saw the dart load chamber. No time. He charged from cover, tackling the enforcer mid-aim. They crashed together, rolling in shale. The tronc fired wild. Dart punched Cal's shoulder, bloom of fire spreading. He grunted, pinning the hunter's arm. Fists hammered his ribs, exosuit strength cracking bone. Got you, Cal growled, knee slamming the faceplate. Serene lunged. Fangs sank into the hunter's suit line. Main air hose at the neck seal. Bite severed it clean. Atmosphere vented in a hiss, fogging the visor. Hunter clawed at his throat. Suit alarms blaring. She yanked Cal free, dragging him into a cleft overhang. Shale bit his back. His vision blurred, trank venom burning veins. Dart deep, he rasped. Saren pinned him down, claws gentle on his collar. Hold. She sliced his suit open with a talon tip, exposing the dart barb. Gold eyes locked his, fierce, unyielding. Her fangs grazed skin as she gripped the shaft. Pain lanced as she extracted it, venom sac pulsing. Cal hissed, fist clenching her arm, not in anger, in anchor. She spat the dart aside, then pressed palm to wound, bleed it. He nodded, fighting blackout. Distant shouts echoed, hunters regrouping, calling drone backup. Seren leaned close, breath hot on his neck. Blood analog gone. Need you. Cal met her gaze. Trust hit like the dart. Sharp, inevitable, take it. Her spikes framed his jaw. Careful, fangs pierced shoulder, opposite the wound. Warm pull, not drain. Heat flooded back, her chill fading against him. Claws dug light. Possessive, he cupped her crest, thumb tracing scales. Hunter's boots crunched closer, but here in the cleft, world narrowed. Her lips sealed the bite, tongue sealing vessels. Gold eyes softened. Vulnerable, bonded. Cooperation, she whispered, voice husky from feed. Cal pulled her flush. Damn right, strength returned, human resilience shrugging venom. He grabbed his pulse rifle, checked charge. 2 hunters flanked the cleft, rifles probing shadows. Seren blurred out first, tackling the left. Cal fired from prone, bolt coring the right's knee joint. Suit buckled, Hunter dropped screaming. She vented the second's line same as before, fangs precise, lethal mercy. They rose together, backs touching. Last 2 hunters retreated to the choke, calling enforcer heavy. Gulch vibrated, prime unit inbound, treads like thunder. Cal signed, neutral zone past ridge. Run. Seren gripped his hand, claws lacing fingers. Together, she sprinted first, pulling him up the far cliff. He matched, planting boot in her offered claw hold. Human grip. Alien path, synced. Drones reformed overhead, nets glowing. Call slapped a scrambler puck to a ledge, buying seconds. They crested the ridge, vents yawned below. Glowing fissures, heat mirage, warping air. Neutral beacon pulsed half a click out, settlement lights faint, but enforcer broke the gulch, unbound walker towering. Cannon swiveled, trank barrage incoming. Seren shoved Cal into a vent crevice. Go, he yanked her with. No split. They dove as bolt-scorched stone. Crevice narrowed coffin-tight, forcing bodies grind close. Her front to his back, spikes shielding. Heat-baked suits, sweat mixed. Analog low again, she signed on his neck, fangs grazing. Cal reversed in the pinch, facing her, arms locked, legs braced, warmth first, lips brushed her jaw, firm, claiming. She answered, mouth crashing his, fangs nicked lip, copper tang shared. Trust sealed in crush. Enforcer fire rattled outside. They pushed deeper, vent twisting north. Mara Nix's settlement beacon sharpened. Broker's grid, favors owed. Hours ground, vents belched gas, forcing holds. Seren's claws anchored his waist when footing slipped. He shared rations, rationing her feeds with shallow bites, enough to run, not weaken. Dawn vents glowed. Settlement walls rose, turrets scanning. Mara Nix waited at gate, smirk under hood, Rourke. Vol, hunters sing loud today, Cal shouldered Seren close. Supplies, info, passage off-world. Mara eyed the bite marks, unasked. Favors first. Warden kin contracts tripled. Your trail hot. Seren stiffened, claws flexing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cal squeezed her hand. We pay double. Broker nodded, gate grinding open. Inside, bunks and analogs waited, but rear scopes pinged. Enforcer vectoring settlement, drones massing. Cal bolted door, rifle ready. Seren barred it with spike brace. Eyes met. They breach. We hold. He pulled her to bunk, bodies aligning defensive. Heat built. Survival fuel. Lips met again. Fangs light. Trust. Over fear. Frontier broke for none, but yielded to 2. Enforcer fist hammered gate. Alarms wailed. Mara yelled from comm. Prime inbound, evac pod prepped. Your tab. Cal grinned feral. That's our cue. He grabbed gear. tossed Saren a fresh blade. She caught, spinning it lethal. They burst to hangar, pod humming. Warden Kin breached outer wall. Chaos erupted. Cal hot-wired engines. Saren manned turret. Bolts flew as pod lifted, punching atmosphere. Her hand found his on yoke. Bond holds. Damn straight. Stars wheeled. Neutral jump confirmed. Hunters fell behind, but deep scan pinged. Warden Kin tracker latched hull. Subdermal, gap closed again. She bared fangs. Ready. Cal banked hard. Cooperation carved path. Cal wrenched the yoke. The evac pod bucked through debris clouds. Engines screaming. Warden Kin drones dotted the scopes, 6 closing fast. Tracer rounds stitched vacuum. Saren swiveled the turret. Plasma bolts lanced out. 1 drone crumpled, venting atmosphere. 2 down. Her voice cut sharp over the whine. Cal punched thrusters. Tracker subdermal. Your mark. He glanced at her arm, where faint scars pulsed under pale skin. Hull ping confirmed it. Signal bleeding through armor. She flexed claws. Land. I cut. Planetfall slammed them into a frontier dust bowl. Red rock canyons clawed the sky. Cal killed engines. Pod hissed steam. He kicked the hatch. Hot wind blasted in, carrying chemscent of feral blooms. Saren dropped first. Blade drawn. Scopes clear. Cal followed, boot twisting on loose shale. Pain lanced his ankle. Landing torque. He gritted teeth. Limped forward. Here, she knelt by a boulder cluster, sleeve ripped. Exposed. Subdermal nodule. Golf ball sized. Glowing faint blue. Warden Kintek keyed to her blood signature. Cal dropped his medkit. Hold still. He sterilized a vibroscalpel. Hands steady. Frontier scout rule. Improvise or die. Her fangs gleamed. You trust my restraint? Trust your aim more. He sliced clean. Blood welled. Dark. Metallic. She hissed. Claws digging rock. Nodule popped free. He crushed it under boot. Signal died. Drones? Scopes silent. For now. Cal tested weight. Ankle throbbed. Swelled. Tower that way. Old relay. 2 click. He pointed jagged peak silhouette. Seren sheathed blade. Eyed his limp. I carry. He waved off. Walk it off. Practical drifter code. Limpet ahead. Rifle slung. Canyon narrowed. Wind howled traps. Sand vents that swallowed boots. Saren scouted flanks. Senses picking vibro shifts humans missed. She signaled clear. Twice. Tower loomed. Rusted skeleton. Pre-war comms relic. Door ajar. Sand drifted. Cal shouldered in. Console dead, dust thick. Crank it. He latched hand generator. Muscles burning. Turned. Gears ground. Lights flickered. Power hummed. Saren patched her clearance fob. Screen bloomed. Imperial seals. Vol lineage codes. Open channels. All frequests. Static crackled. Her voice overlaid. Saren Vol, 3rd Scion, declares sovereignty forfeit. Warden Kin contract voided. Bounty rescinded. Effective broadcast. Cal washed gauges. Signal beamed wide. Settlement nets. Hunter relays. Black markets. Mara Nix would hear. Frontier brokers loved free drama. She stepped back. Fangs retracted. Eyes met his. Debt binds me. Servitude yours. Name terms. Cal killed the crank. Tower whined down. No. He limped closer. Servitude's Warden Kin shit. We partner. Shared routes. Split risks. You scout blood analog caches. I map drifts. Her crest flared. Surprise ridge along scalp. Nobles didn't partner with drifters. You refuse nobility oath? Offer alliance. He extended hand. Frontier eats solos. 2 carved paths. Claws sheathed. Grip firm. Cool. Alliance. Scopes pinged faint. Distant enforcers peeling off. Contract void rippled. Hunters ghosted. They hiked back. Ankle fire slowed Cal. Saren matched. Silent. Canyon mouth opened to his old camp. Fire pit cold. Gear cached under camo net. He dropped logs. Sparked flint. Flames caught. Analog pouch from pod. He tossed her one. She caught. Punctured fang delicate. Saren knelt opposite. Firelight danced her skin, silver veins pulsing. First night, your fire. I withheld promise. Cal stirred coals. Figured. She leaned forward. Claws traced dirt. Old noble glyph. Blood debt full. But truth, I came to ask you to stay. He froze. Spit roast, sizzled, forgotten. Her eyes locked. Scouts drift. You don't flee hunters. Hold ground. Warden Kin sang your name in shadows. Rourke, unkillable pathfinder. I needed anchor, not prey. Cal set knife down. Partnership words echoed hollow now. Her hand crossed flames, palm up, trust bare. He took it, skin warmed. Stay then, roots shared. Anchors mutual, fangs curved, smile rare. She rose, circled fire. Sat close, shoulder to his, heat built. Survival kindling deeper. Distant drone whine, no. Wind. Scopes quiet, frontier yielded. But night deepened. Her breath synced his. Claws grazed neck, light, question. He turned. Lips met, fangs nicked, blood tank shared. Alliance sealed, dawn scopes pinged. Fresh Warden Kin cell, contract echo. Void not total, rogue hunters. Cal shouldered rifle. Routes call. Saren grabbed blade, hand found his. Together. They broke camp. Canyon swallowed tracks. Partnership carved first mark. Pod waited. Hot-wired, ready. Cal limped aboard. She sealed hatch. Engines roared. Jump confirmed. Stars blurred, but her crest against his shoulder. Promise held. Frontier broke for none, yielded to two. Hours spun, neutral relay pinged. Mara Nick's voice. Vol void hit nets, tab cleared. Next favor, drifts heavy with analog hauls. Cal keyed response, routes open. Partnership bids, Saren's laugh low. Alien timbre. Impressed, humans bartered fate like tools. Debris field ahead. Old wrecks, pirate traps. Cal banks smooth. Your eyes. She scanned spectra humans lacked. Clear left, then right, dodge flawless. Wreckage missed by meters. Extraordinary, she murmured. Normal for you? Practice. He grinned. Ankle throbbed less. Adrenaline stitch. Hull ping minor. Wreck graze. No breach. They vectored coreward. Settlement chain next. Mara's web. Supplies. Intel. Saren prepped blade. Hunters adapt. Subdermal's gone. They net drone now. Call nodded. We adapt faster. Fire pit memory lingered. Her ask. Stay. He'd countered with more. Bond tightened. Claws laced fingers on yoke. Deep scan clear. Gap widened. But Frontier whispered. Trust tested endless. Cal squeezed back. Cooperation 1 rounds. Pod dove atmosphere. Next Dust Bowl landing. Relay 2 deeper proof. He limped out first. Tower twin waited. Cycle honed. Alliance sharpened. Saren transmitted overrides. Channels lit. Vol sovereignty echoes void. All cells stand down. Hunters fractured. Contracts burned. Backfire. Night 2. She spoke first. Stay was half-truth. Full. Stay with me. Cal pulled her close. Already did. Lips crashed. Fangs grazed intent. Bodies aligned. Defensive no more. Heat surged. Trust fueled. Stars watched. Frontier bent. Word rippled. Rourke Vol route. Drifters whispered. Nobles paused. 2 survivors chose right. Cooperation carved legend.